Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
I finally have the elusive Yuengling Bock Beer. What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. Over the weekend, I went down and visited a beer day with TK. I mean, by the time this video comes out, it was probably a couple weeks ago. But over the weekend, I went down and visited a beer day with TK, and he gave me a Yuengling Bock Beer. And it's pretty crazy, because Yuengling Bock Beer has been out for a while now. I mean, Yuengling Bock Beer has been around off and on for a really long time. And it disappeared for a while, and they re-released it, and I have not been able to find it anywhere in Cleveland. Have not seen it anywhere. I can find all other kind of different Yuengling beers, have not seen the Yuengling Bock Beer once in Cleveland. Maybe I'm going to the wrong stores, I don't know, I just cannot find it. But somehow Beer Day with TK is able to find it pretty easily down there in Findlay, Ohio. And he was kind enough to save me one. So now I get to do a review on it, finally. Even though everybody under the sun's already reviewed it, I'm going to do it as well. Now, I've been to the Yuengling Brewery quite a few years ago. It was a really cool experience. Pottsville was cool. Really enjoyed the brewery and the tour. Highly suggest if you're ever in the area, go check out the Yuengling Brewery. It's a really, really cool, fun time to go see the brewery. And it was just fun. So this beer I have had in the past, but I haven't had it since 2012. I think it's the last time I actually saw this beer. I assume it's still the same recipe. But I haven't seen it since 2012. 14 years ago is the last time I saw this beer anywhere. So I am excited to try this beer once again. On the can here, just oldest brewery in America, D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA, German-style Bock. And I don't think there's much else on the can to speak of. They don't even list the ABV or anything. There is a date code on the bottom, but I don't know what that means. Who knows what that code is on the bottom. Don't know how old the beer is. It's a Bock beer, should be all right. On Untapped, it says it's 5.4% ABV. Who knows if that's correct or not. And speaking of Untapped, it gets a 3.36 with over 10,000 check-ins as of this recording. On Beer Advocate, gets a 77 OK with 686 check-ins. And I quite enjoy Bock beers. I mean, when I first started getting into craft beer and starting to expand my horizons in beer, I worked at a bar called the Regal Beagle in Ada. And one night I was just tired of beer, didn't want liquor. I was like, and they had Amber Bock on draft. I'm like, give me that. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty good. And that was probably the first Bock beer I'd ever tried. And I really enjoyed it. And ever since then, I have enjoyed Bock beers. So I'm looking forward to this beer. And that beer right there, that's a nice cola, ruby red cola color. I mean, what I expect from a Bock beer. And I'd probably give that a, I don't know, probably going down into about a 18 on the 18. You know, I think I'm going to give that about a 20 on the SRM chart there. And that had a kind of a light tan, not quite khaki tan colored head. Wasn't a very big head, but it's not dissipating very quickly either. It's just kind of sitting there floating around. As far as the smell goes, not a whole lot there, actually. Just a little bit of toasty malt, maybe. Not much on the nose. And this isn't ice cold at all. I mean, it's hot summer day here in Cleveland, and it's sat out for a little while before I did the video, so it's not super cold. So I should be getting something by now. But yeah, just a little bit of like roasted malt. Nothing much else. Let's taste it. I'm thirsty. I'm looking forward to having my first Yuengling Bock in 14 years. Cheers, everybody. Medium bodied, malty, a little bit of sweetness. Yeah. Nice medium body, a little bit of malty sweetness there. Some nice maltiness to it. I mean, these are kind of more malty beers. And it just leaves me wanting to take another sip. That's a nice beer. It's just exactly what it should be for a German-style Bock. I mean, refreshing, malty, a little bit of sweetness. Sweetness isn't overpowering. A little tiny bit of bitterness in the back end to cut out the sweetness to keep it from being cloying. That's just a nice beer. I mean, I'm probably biased because I'm a big fan of Yuengling overall, but I'm giving this a horns up. I mean, I love Yuengling beers, always have. I can remember when you couldn't even buy Yuengling in Ohio, and I'd have to go to PA to get it and bring it back to Ohio. Back in the day when I would fill up my car full of cases of lager and bring them back and give them out to people or sell them. Those were the good old days. But I've always been a big fan of Yuengling. Like I said, this is a great beer, great Bock. I'm super stoked that I was able to finally get it. Thank you, TK, for saving me one of these. It's shocking I can't find this in Cleveland anywhere. How about you all? I've seen a lot of the beer reviewers out there review Yuengling Bock. How hard was it for you to find? Can you find it at your local stores, or did you have to have somebody send it to you? It's definitely an adventure trying to find this beer. And as always, embrace the adventure.